Are you thinking about moving to Columbia, South Carolina? Are you wondering if Columbia, South Carolina is a good place to live? Well, stay tuned and I'm going to talk about my top 7 reasons of why I think this is such a great city to live in. Hi, my name is Della Thigpen and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Palmetto here in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm also an expert on all things food, fun, and real estate here in Columbia. So my first reason of why Columbia is a great place to live has to do with the location of the city. And this is one of my favorite things about Columbia, is that we are located in the center of the state. So you can be about anywhere in the state between an hour to 2 hours, and that includes the mountains. So if you need a day trip or a weekend trip to the mountains, that's very easy. It's a 2 hour to 3 hour drive, depending on where you're going. If you need the beach, you can be to many beach locations. Charleston's an hour and a half to 2 hours away. Myrtle Beach is about 2 to 2.5 hours, as well as Hilton Head's about 2.5 hours away from Columbia. So the location of the city is really an ideal situation for those of you who are really interested in many different types of activities and places to travel within the state of South Carolina. Reason number 2 is that Columbia really offers a big city feeling in really a small town. I can't tell you how many times I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So we're a city of about 133,000 people, but we offer a lot of those amenities that you do like in a big city. So if you like music, we have that here. If you like breweries or restaurants, we have that. Do you like parks and different recreation activities? We have that. So Columbia really does offer a lot of those things that people who really enjoy living in the big city or living a city life, but you do get that small town feeling still. South Carolina is known for its southern hospitality, and Columbia is no different. I've met some of the friendliest and nicest people here in Columbia that I've met in any other location. People hold the doors for you, they ask you how are you, they wave at you when you're driving in the car. And there's this little secret thing I want to tell you about. It's called the stop sign war. Now, a stop sign war is where you have 2 different cars approaching a 4-way stop, and the rule is the person to your right goes first. Well, in a stop sign war, that rule does not apply. One person will wave the other person on, and then the other person waves that person on, and this can go back and forth a few times before someone finally decides to go. So the next reason of why Columbia is a good place to live has to do with money. Now, we all love money, and we like to talk about money, especially when you don't have to spend a lot of money. So Columbia actually has a pretty low cost of living. It is 6 points below the national average. It is cheaper to live here in Columbia than it is to live in Greenville or Charleston. And even in this market right now, where it's very much a seller's market with house prices soaring, it's still affordable to buy a house here with the average home price selling for around $203,000. Now, we do have the range of homes here, like most places do, and it all depends on where you live. But I'll have a whole other video to talk more in detail about. The next reason is going to be a favorite for anyone who has ever shoveled snow. Here in Columbia, we have a very warm climate, and our winters are very mild. So if you've ever shoveled snow, just know that you will not have to shovel snow in Columbia. We average our winter temperatures around 54 degrees as highs during the day and an average of about 34 degrees at nighttime. Now, we do have mornings that are cold and below freezing, and we have had snow before, but what snow is like here is about 2 inches, maybe. That's lucky. That is a snow day here in Columbia. But you don't have to shovel that. You just let the sun melt it, because by noon it's gone. And then the next day you're wearing shorts again. So if you don't like cold weather, then this is definitely the city for you. So this brings me to reason number 6. The parks and recreation and the offerings here for outdoor activities in Columbia are fabulous. I love being outdoors, and I have enjoyed exploring and finding the new trails, the new parks that Columbia has to offer. So we have, Columbia is located along the river, so our city and our neighboring cities across the river offer over 12 miles of trails along the river in the 3 river trail system. as well as many different parks and outdoor recreation activities. Oftentimes, if you are crossing one of the bridges over to Casey or West Columbia, or you're coming from over there, you'll see people down in the river tubing or kayaking or fishing from little john boats. You'll see people on the shores. They're also going to be fishing and swimming there. A lot of the neighborhood parks still offer splash pads that are open during the summer hours, and they have schedules for that where the city controls that part. But that's been one of my favorite things about Columbia is the amount of outdoor recreational activities that I can do here in the city, and I don't even have to leave or drive those 2 hours to the mountains or those 2 hours to the beach to go do something on a really quick trip with me and my kids. So this brings me to my last reason. It is the last but not least, and that is the restaurants and food scene here in Columbia. That's been one of my favorite things to explore. Yes, I enjoy the outdoor activities that I mentioned in the previous point, but really the food. I'm an avid cook and I love exploring new flavors and new combinations. I love restaurants that are innovative, that offer local ingredients, and we have a lot of that here. I also love international food, Korean, Indian food, and I love exploring different cultures through their food, and we have those options here as well. So if you really like a good restaurant choice, you can go find cheap Thai food that is out of this world, or you can go to high-end dining and have a really good steak or a really nice creative dinner at some of our other restaurant options here. And you will see a lot of videos from me. And if you follow my Instagram account at Della the Realtor, you'll see a lot of my food explorations here in Columbia. So I hope I've convinced you that Columbia is a great place to live, because I definitely think it is a great place to live, especially if you have family or children and you want to bring them up in a very safe and fun city that offers a lot of different activities. This is definitely the place for you. So if you have not done so already, you can subscribe to my channel of What's Bubbling in Soda City and keep up to date for weekly videos on what's happening here and all the reasons why Columbia is a great place to live, and learn more about this beautiful city here in South Carolina. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.